This is going to be a second video on building, only in this case we're going to use this thing right here, which is the construction vehicle. To build a construction vehicle you need 100 B mats, and then you simply equip your hammer, hit B, and then you can select it right here. A vehicle used to build large structures. It can only be built near town halls, I believe, or base camps, something like that. I don't think you can build it next to an encampment. This is one that someone else has left here, but they've left it locked. So when you're done using a CV, it's better to just go ahead and unlock it so that other people can use it. In this case, I have a wrench, so I'm going to equip my wrench, and I'm going to steal this by crouching and then clicking towards the lower end here, and then it will dismantle the lock. And then once it's in your possession, it is a good idea to go ahead and lock it then, so someone else won't be trolling with you as you're trying to use it. And let's see, there's some fuel in here, so I'll take a bit to put in there. I don't need much, maybe just 20, because we're not going very far. And see, I'll drop that in there, and I'm going to grab at least 300 B mats. You need 300 in order to rebuild a static base, or to build a new one, or an encampment, I mean, such as this one that you see here. So luckily, the CV also comes with plenty of storage space, and it drives just like any vehicle does. You just press Q to enter it, and then you can move it. Let's see, just make sure there's nothing going on. So I'm here. I'm on the new Tempest Island map, brand new map, just rolled out today, and I'm moving up here to take this this town. And as you can see, it moves very slowly. I had actually done another video which turned out to be pretty nice for the first half, because I was recording right in the middle of a war zone and putting up an encampment. However, I somehow messed up and ended up deleting the video rather than committing it. So I'm starting over. So this video won't be near as exciting as the other one that I was doing. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and then we'll skip ahead. Alright, so I managed to get to this town. I guess these are called towns. At least that's what I'm referring to. And right over here we can see the town hall. It doesn't have any insignias on it indicating either warden or colonial, so that's how you know that it's still in a neutral position. All you do is drive right up to it as far as you can, touching it, then hit Z to switch seats, because the second seat is the build seat. Then in this case, it tells you right down here in the lower left, press E to rebuild garrison camp. So I'm going to hit E, and then right click to stretch your cursor out over, and then left click. So you're holding both the right click and left click to rebuild. And as you can see, it indicated that it's going to take 300 B mats. As a general rule, it's usually good to have some defenses and fortifications in place prior to doing this. That way, as soon as the camp is completed, you'll have activated defenses. The reason for this is because as soon as I hit E to start building this, it's seen on the map, even for the enemy. And so there, or rather in this case, the neutral camp is already seen, but as soon as it gets built, the enemy will see that we built it, and then they may want to move in. So it's kind of a good idea to have some defenses and fortifications beforehand. In this case, I haven't bothered with it because this is a new map and it's kind of chaotic right now, and I'm just doing it this way for the purposes of this video. And it does take a few minutes to do this. I can actually hear someone building in the distance, so I think maybe someone may have started a foxhole, or maybe not. I don't really think that in this case there's a major benefit to capturing this town, other than to give the wardens, to delay the wardens, or the enemy rather, should they decide to come after it. So, let's see what I have left in here. I have 145 minutes. I don't have enough to construct an encampment to show you how that works, but I'll at least give you a rough idea. So, if you're not rebuilding a static location, then you're placing an encampment. They're usually used as forward operational bases or FOBs, but they're often also times used just for the purposes of activating foxholes in between towns. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit one in here. Go over here. And yes, this thing moves incredibly slow. Actually, I think I can go across the road here. If somebody sees me, they're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing, because it's certainly not benefiting our team right now. Okay, so you basically want to go to a spot that looks like you might be able to fit an encampment in. Hit Z to switch seats again, and this time press B and to bring up your build menu, and you'll want to select this encampment. Just left click it, and then you can drag this around to move it wherever you want. In this case, it's saying it's 103 meters to nearest base, too far. Wait, I don't understand what that means. There we go. It'll let me place it here. So note you can right click to orientate it. So if you look here, you'll see that the front entrance is kind of there. It doesn't really matter. You can actually approach this structure from any direction to use it, but just usually to satisfy my own OCD, I'll usually place it in a way that will allow me to have the entrance facing the direction I want it to in terms of orientation. So you can right click it and you can be as detailed as you want. You want this fairly near to where you are, and generally you want to be facing the direction that you're placing. So for example, I'm currently faced in this direction. I need to be faced in this direction.
But how good are they at shooting?
So I'm going to switch. I'm going to rotate this just to illustrate what I mean. And I'm going to back up a little bit because it won't let you build it right on top of you. Switch seats again. Hit B. Choose the encampment. Rotate it the way I want. Say right there. Bushes are kind of in the way, but I guess it works. And that's where I would left click. I'm not going to left click in this case. And then right after you left click, you have a few seconds to then right click, hold your mouse directly over it, and then left click to begin the build process. And just like rebuilding, it's the same thing. You have to hold both left and right click in order to complete the build sequence. Okay, the last thing I want to cover is what to do with your CV when you're done with it. Usually it's best not to guess where you think it's going to be needed next. Just leave it right where you are, but maybe not exactly next to the base that you just built. Maybe pull it behind lines a little bit so it's not directly a target. And then exit it. And then if there's anything inside you want, in this case I'm going to go ahead and grab these beam mats for myself, then unlock it. Don't leave it locked, because it's not a personal vehicle, it's a team vehicle, and other people may need to use it, and it's kind of frustrating if you don't happen to have a wrench on you and you need a CV desperately in order to get defenses up or a base up or something of that nature. So don't hinder your own team by claiming a CV as your own personal vehicle. It's fine to keep it locked while you're using it so that someone else doesn't just run off with it right in the middle of your process. But when you're done, go ahead and unlock it. And on that note, you should be doing the same thing for all vehicles that you're using. Once you're done with them, logging out or otherwise, just go ahead and unlock it. Let someone else use it.